What if I told you that more than 2,000 years ago, someone built a machine that could predict the movement of the sun, the moon, and even eclipses? Not with electricity, not with a battery, not with modern science, but with bronze gears hidden inside a wooden box. A machine so advanced that when it was found, scientists could barely believe it was ancient. It was not discovered in a palace, not inside a pyramid, not in a royal tomb. It was found at the bottom of the sea, broken, corroded, almost impossible to recognize. And yet, inside that damaged piece of bronze was one of the greatest technological mysteries of the ancient world. Some call it the world's first computer. This is the story of the Antikythera Mechanism. In the year 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers were sailing near a small island called Antikythera. The sea was rough, the journey was dangerous, and they were only looking for sponges. But when one of the divers went down into the dark water, he saw something impossible. Not fish, not rocks, not coral. He saw human figures lying silently on the sea floor. At first, it must have looked like a graveyard beneath the waves. But they were not bodies. They were statues, ancient bronze and marble statues resting in the wreck of a Roman-era ship. Soon, archaeologists realized that this was no ordinary shipwreck. It was carrying treasures from the ancient world. Statues, coins, jewelry, luxury objects. And among all these spectacular discoveries, there was one strange object that almost no one noticed at first. A lump of corroded bronze, ugly, broken, covered by the sea. Compared to the statues, it looked worthless. But this small, damaged object would become more mysterious than everything else on the ship. Because when researchers looked closer, they noticed something hidden inside. Gears. Tiny bronze gears. Not simple decoration, not random metal. A mechanical system, a machine. And that changed everything. Ancient Greece was famous for philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and engineering. But this object suggested something even more surprising. It suggested that ancient engineers had built a complex geared device capable of modeling the sky. The Antikythera mechanism was not just a clock. It was not just a calendar. It was a calculator for the heavens. A machine designed to track celestial cycles and predict astronomical events. To understand why this is so shocking, we need to remember the timeline. The mechanism is believed to date from around the 2nd or 1st century BCE, more than 2,000 years ago. But gear systems this complex were not expected to exist again until many centuries later. That is why the discovery felt almost impossible. It was like finding a fragment of modern technology inside the ancient world. For decades, the mechanism remained difficult to understand. The bronze was badly damaged. The pieces were fused together. The inscriptions were tiny, and many parts were missing. At first, scientists could only guess what it had been, but slowly, with X-rays, imaging technology, and years of research, the hidden structure began to appear. Inside the fragments, researchers found dozens of gears, some large, some small, some with carefully cut teeth. They were arranged with mathematical precision. And as scientists reconstructed the device, a stunning picture emerged. This ancient machine, imagine holding a small wooden box in ancient Greece. On the front, there may have been a dial showing the zodiac and the movement of celestial bodies. On the back, Spiral dials may have shown long cycles of time, including eclipse cycles. You turn a handle, and the gears begin to move. The sun advances. The moon changes phase. Dates shift. Cycles align. The sky becomes mechanical. For an ancient navigator, scholar, or astronomer, this would not have looked like magic. It would have looked like knowledge, a way to predict order, inside the chaos of the heavens. But who built it? That question remains one of the deepest mysteries. Some researchers believe the device came from the world of Greek astronomy, possibly connected to traditions of thinkers like Hipparchus, or even the legacy of Archimedes. Archimedes was known in ancient texts for building mechanical models of the heavens. But there is no final proof that he built this device. The mechanism may have been created by a brilliant workshop using knowledge passed down through generations. That may be even more fascinating, because it means this was not necessarily a one-time miracle. It may have belonged to a lost tradition of ancient precision engineering, a tradition we barely understand. And that raises a disturbing question. If one machine survived only by accident, at the bottom of the sea, how many others were lost forever? How many devices were melted down, destroyed, buried, or simply decayed because they were made of wood and bronze? The Antikythera Mechanism may not be the only ancient computer. It may be the only one that survived. And even then, it survived as fragments. That is what makes this story so powerful. The ancient world may have been more technologically advanced than we once believed. Not in the same way as our world, not with electricity, screens, or digital code, but with mathematics, observation, craftsmanship, and mechanical genius. The Antikythera Mechanism reminds us that technology does not always move in a straight line. Knowledge can rise, disappear, and be rediscovered centuries later. Civilization can create something extraordinary and then lose the ability to make it again. History is not always progress. Sometimes history forgets. Think about the shipwreck itself. A Roman ship carrying Greek treasures sinks near a small island. The statues are buried. The coins vanish under the water. The bronze machine breaks apart. For 2,000 years, the sea hides it. Fish swim over it. Sand covers it. Metal corrodes, and the world forgets. Then one diver sees statues on the sea floor, and a forgotten machine begins its second life. But even after discovery, the mystery was not solved quickly. It took generations of scientists, engineers, historians, and imaging specialists to reveal what the fragments contained. Every new scan, every new inscription, every reconstructed gear brought the ancient machine closer to life. Yet even today, questions remain. Was it used for teaching? For astronomy? For navigation? For astrology? For predicting religious festivals? Was it a luxury object for the elite? Or a practical scientific instrument? We do not know for certain, and that uncertainty is part of the mystery. The mechanism sits at the edge between science and wonder. It is real. It exists. But it still feels almost unbelievable. Because when people think of ancient technology, they often imagine simple tools, stone, wood, basic metalwork. But the Antikythera Mechanism forces us to think differently. Ancient people were watching the sky with precision. They were recording cycles, calculating time, building models, and turning mathematics into moving metal. That is why the phrase ancient computer is so powerful. Of course, it was not a computer like the one on your desk. It did not run software. It did not store digital data. but it processed information mechanically. You gave it an input by turning a handle, and it produced an output by moving dials and indicators. In that sense, it was a calculator, a machine for predicting patterns, a computer made of bronze. And the most incredible part is this: it was built in a world without modern machines. Every gear tooth, every dial, every inscription had to be designed and crafted by human hands. That level of precision is difficult to imagine. And yet, there it was, hidden in a lump of corroded bronze, waiting under the sea, for more than 2,000 years. The Antikythera Mechanism also teaches us something about arrogance. Modern people often assume the past was primitive, that ancient civilizations were impressive only because they moved huge stones, built temples, or created art. But this machine tells another story. The ancient world was not just strong, it was clever, it was mathematical, it was experimental. It could imagine the universe as a system, and then build a device to represent it. That is not primitive. That is genius. Still, we must be careful. The Antikythera Mechanism does not prove that ancient people had modern technology. It does not prove lost electricity, aliens, or impossible machines. The real story is already amazing enough. Human beings, using observation and intelligence, created a mechanical model of the cosmos more than 2 millennia ago. No myth is needed. No exaggeration is needed. The truth is powerful on its own. A ship sank. A machine was lost. The sea kept its secret. And when that secret returned, it changed the way we look at ancient science. Today, the Antikythera Mechanism is one of the most important archaeological discoveries ever made. Not because it is beautiful, not because it is complete, but because it reveals a lost level of knowledge, a glimpse of what ancient engineers could do, a clue that history may still be missing entire chapters. And maybe that is the real mystery. Not just what the Antikythera Mechanism was, but what else existed and disappeared. What other machines were built, then destroyed by time? What other inventions were forgotten? What other pieces of human genius are still lying under the sea, waiting in silence? The Antikythera Mechanism is not only an ancient object, it is a warning, a reminder that the past is deeper, stranger, and more advanced than we often imagine. A broken machine found in a shipwreck became a window into a lost world, a world where bronze gears followed the moon, where a small box could predict eclipses, where ancient hands built a mechanical universe. So the next time someone says, "The ancient world was simple," remember the machine beneath the sea, the corroded gears, the hidden inscriptions, the lost calculations, and the question that still echoes through history: how much knowledge has the world already forgotten? The Antikythera Mechanism, ancient machine, lost science, or the first